नमः पार्वती पतये गोविंद नाम संकीर्तनम्
श्रीकान्तो मातुलो यस्य जननी सर्वमङ्गला जनकः शङ्करो देवः तं वन्दे कुञ्जराननं श्यामवल्ली समालीढं विरिञ्चिपुरभास्वरं मार्गबन्ध्वा वयं तेजः तनोतु विमलां धियं श्रीमत्क्षीरतरङ्गिणी तटगते पुण्ये विरिञ्चे पुरे नित्यं सन्निहितं किला कलयितुं क्षीराभिषेकादरं श्रीगारुत्मतवल्लिका सहचरं मार्गे सहायं नृणां श्रीमद्दीक्षितवंशदैवतवरं संचिन्तये शङ्करम् इदं च रङ्गं त्यजतामिहाङ्गं न विद्यतेऽङ्गं यदि वास्तु चाङ्गं पाणौ रथाङ्गं शयने भुजङ्गं याने विहङ्गं चरणे च गाङ्गं कावेरी तटशोभिरङ्गनगर प्राग्भागजम्बूतरुप्रान्तोद्यन्मणि सद्मनि स्थितमधः जम्बूतरोस्थायिनः दूते भार्चितरङ्गनाथ वरदं भक्त्याखिलाण्डेश्वरी पूजा निर्मित सज्जलाकृतिधरम् श्रीजम्बुनाथं भजे श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् उमाकान्ते रमाकान्ते येषामासीन्मतिः समा नमामि दीक्षितेन्द्रांस्तान्न यषट्कविशारदान् नमस्कारम्. So in the previous class of Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra Vijayam, we discussed the sojourn of Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra in Cholamandala. So his arrival at Srirangam and the divine Leela that he performed in Srirangam 500 years ago and 100 years ago. 500 years ago he came here in person, and 100 years ago he manifested all of his works here in Srirangam. All the works of Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra got published for the first time through modern printing press in Srirangam through the Sri Vani Vilas press that was established by Guru Bhakta Shikhamani, Shastra Prasara Bhushana, Shri T.K. Balasubramanya Aiyar. So, in today's class, we will be seeing the next topic that K.V. Subramanya Shastrigal discusses is Devata Hridayajnata. That is the next topic. So, Devata Hridaya means the heart of the deity, the mind of a deity. So, the ability to know what is there within the mind of a deity is known as Devata Hridayajnata. Says K.V. Subramanya Shastrigal in his 5th Tarangam. This is the second topic in Tarangam 5. Tada Kavita Vilasaswada Chaturaha Chola Bhuvallabha Nrisimha Bhupalaha Dikshitendrana Sabhumanam Sachivaihi Swam Purimanayamasa. King Narasimha of Thanjavur. So he was a patron of arts, he was a patron of the whole of Sanatana Dharma. So with lots of respect, so he invited Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra to come and visit Thanjavur. Tata Purvameva Savishvasam Tena Ahutaha Thathacharya Purogascha Vibudha Pravaraha Tam Puri Madhya Gacchanu. So even before the Dikshitendra was invited, all the other Vidwans headed by Thathacharya were invited. And before the arrival of Dikshitendra, all the other Vidwans had arrived at Thanjavur. Tatra Vihatishwarotsavante Dikshitendra Thathacharya Varjam Pare Vidvamsaha Sammanitaha Yathagatam Swam Swam Gramamasedu. So after a grand Utsavam for Brihadishwarar was conducted in Thanjavur, So all the other Vidwans except Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra and Thathacharya were honored with sambhavanas. The king gave a lot of sambhavanas to all the Vidwans who had come there, and he did not give any sambhavana to Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra and Sri Thathacharya alone. And with lots of humility and respect, he requested both of them to stay in Thanjavur for some more time. And as per the request of the Thanjavur Raja, both Dikshitendra and Thathacharya happily agreed it. And they decided to stay for some more time in Thanjavur. Tada tadubhayai samam kshetranyatannayam bhupati putrachito devatayane dakshinahastasya tarjinim chidbuke nikshipya tishthantam saparivarasya hariharaputrasya bimbam pashyan bhaktiparavashah tat graminan alakshya shastuhu tathasthite hai ko hetuhu ityaprakshit. So along with Dikshitendra and Thathacharya, he undertook a pilgrimage to different kshetrams within Thanjavur. And Kutrachit Devatayana, so when he arrived at some Devatalayam in Thanjavur, so he saw the deity of Lord Shasta or Ayyappan, and this deity had the right hand under his cheek. So the cheek of Shasta was resting on his hand. So the index finger was there beneath the chin of Shasta's murti. And this murti of Shasta was seen along with all his parivara devatas. And on seeing the deity of Shasta, the Raja was overwhelmed with a lot of joy. And he asked all the residents of the village, what is the reason for this kind of mindset of Shasta? So why is he keeping his hand beneath the chin? So why is he standing in this mood? So what is the reason for this? So when the Maharaja asked the question, Tadateshu kashchana sthaviraha tam bhupati maalakshya evam pratyabravit. An old man from the other village, so he replied to the king as follows: Rajan, asmat purva purushanam mukhataha Thathachara mudantam bravimi. O king, I shall narrate you the account that has been heard from us. So the account that has been passed down to us for generations from our forefathers. And this is the story behind it. So what they say is, kadachit kaschana mahanubhavaha atra sameshyati. Sometime in the future, a great Mahapurusha is going to arrive here. Such a Mahipati prarthanaya shastuhu evam avasthitehe samuchitam ashayam prakashayishyati. That great Mahatma will come along with the king, and at the request of the king, he will reveal the reason why the Murti of Shasta remains like this. And he is going to reveal the reason of this. Shasta cha paritushtaha tadanim tarjanim uddharishyati. On hearing the reason that is being revealed by that Mahatma, the deity of Shasta will remove his index finger from his chin. So this was the reply given to the Thanjavur Raja by the residents of that village. Tada Vasumati Patihi Tadashayam Abhijigamishu Sarabhasam Antikastham Thathacharyam Tadashaya Vishkaranaya Abhyarthayamasa. So on knowing the reason for Shasta keeping his index finger on his chin, the Raja reached out to Thathacharya immediately and he requested him to reveal The reason for this kind of mood that was there for Shasta. Tadasa Vidvanmanihi Evamaha. That jewel among scholars Sri Thathacharya gave the following reply. Vishno sutoham vidhina samoham dhanyastatoham surasevitoham tathapi bhuteshu sutohametaihi bhutair vritaschintayatiha Shasta. So this is the meaning of it. So once upon a time in some bygone era, when the Samudra Mathanam occurred, so the Devas and Asuras were churning the ocean to get the Amrita. So when the nectar arrived, so at first the poison known as halahalam emerged, and then different kinds of jewels emerged one by one, and at last the nectar arrived. So when the nectar arrived, so there was a great battle between the Devas and Asuras as to who should collect the pitcher of nectar and drink it. So when the battle between the Devas and Asuras was going on, so Bhagavan Vishnu appeared himself in the form of a female Mohini Devi. And in this way, he gave the Amritam only to the Devas. He deceived all the Asuras and distributed the nectar among the Devas. So this is a famous story which everybody knows. So at this time, Parameshwara and Mohini Devi, so they had a child, and that child was named as Shasta. So Shasta says, so Thathacharya says that, so this is the reason why the Murti of Ayyappan remains sad. Vishnu Sutoham, so I'm the son of Lord Vishnu. So as a result of that, Vidhina Samoham, so I have an equal status with Lord Brahma. So Brahmanopi tan Nabhi Putajatvat. So K.V. Subramanya Shastrigal gives a Sanskrit commentary and he says, because Lord Brahma emerged from the lotus that stemmed from the navel of Bhagavan Narayana, he is known as the son of Lord Narayana. So this is this is something that all of us know from the Puranas. So Narayanasya Sutena Brahmana Samaha Asmi. Because both of us have that equal status. Brahma was born of Narayana, and I was also born of Lord Narayana. As a result of that, both Lord Brahma and I have equal status. And then he says, Kincha Brahma yatha surai sevitaha tatha ahamapi taihi. Moreover, just as how Lord Brahma is being served by all the Devas, even I get served by all the Devas. So for these two reasons, Shasta says that I do have the equal status of Lord Brahma. As a result of that, I feel blessed. So dhanyaha asmi. So as a result of that, I feel I am blessed. And then tathapi, in spite of that, so Thathacharya says that Shasta feels ashamed of himself. Why does Ayyappan feels ashamed of himself? Shmashanam adhivasatam bhutanam adhipatehe sandhyanatasya tanayaha aham. I am the son of Lord Shiva who performs cosmic dance at the time of Sandhya Kala. And this Lord Parameshwara, so he's the Lord of the Bhutaganas who are terrible to look at. So the moment a person looks at the Bhutaganas of Lord Shiva, he becomes terrified with fear. So all the time, I remain surrounded by these Bhutaganas. As a result of this, I feel ashamed of myself. So when I reflect that, when I see that I am the son of Lord Vishnu, I feel so proud of myself. So when I happen to think that I am the son of Lord Shiva, I feel so ashamed of myself. So this was the explanation given by Thathacharya. And on hearing this, so Tadasa Devaha Hastam na udakshipatu. So on hearing this reason, the Murti of Shasta did not take his hand away from his chin. Tataha mahikshita saprashrayam prarthitaha Dikshitendraha evam avochan. So when Dikshitendra was implored by the Raja to reveal the reason for this mood of Shasta, this was the reply of Dikshitendra. Ambeti Gauri Mahama Hvayami Patnyah Piturmatara Eva Sarvaha Kathannu Lakshmi Iti Chintayantam Shastara Mide Sakalartha Siddhyai. On hearing these words of Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra, the deity of Shasta took his hand from his chin immediately. What is the meaning of this? What did Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra say? What is the meaning of this shloka? So he says, Ambeti Gaurim Ahvayami. So when I go to Kailasam, so there I have Parameshwara as my father. So Devi Gauri is seated next to him. So when I look at Devi Gauri, I call her as Amba, O mother. So this is, I address Devi Gauri as mother. Because all the other wives of a person's father, so they are also considered as one's own mother. So if a person's father has 3 or 4 wives, so all the other wives other than the biological mother of a person, so they all of them are considered as mothers. And in all aspects, a person has to respect all of his mother. So this is the rule of the Dharma Shastras. So Pituhu Patnyaha Pituhu Matara Eva Sarvaha. So even if a person's father has 100 wives, all the 100 wives are considered as mothers for a person. So in this way, Devi Gauri is my mother. So when I look at her, I address her as Hey Amba. Kathannu Lakshmim iti chintayantam. When I go to Vaikuntham, how will I address Devi Lakshmi? Because Vishnu in the form of Mohini Devi, so he is my mother. So the wife of Lord Narayana, Devi Lakshmi, so how will I address her? Iti chintayantam shastaram ide. So I worship the Murti of Shasta, Sakalartha Siddhyai, to achieve everything that I desire for. So this was the reason Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra gave. And on seeing this, the deity of Shasta took his hand from his chin immediately. Atha Ascharya Paravashaha Avanishaha Tan Pranamya Arhayamasa. So all those who were present there, so they were wonderstruck on seeing Dikshitendra. And the Raja offered Namaskarams to Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra. Thatharyas and then Thathacharyascha Tena Sadaram Abhyarthitaha Vellore Puram Jagama. After this incident took place, the Maharaja offered Sambhavana to Thathacharya, and with all honors and with all humility. So he also worshipped Thathacharya, and then Thathacharya took leave of Thanjavur and he left for Vellore. Dikshitendra astu Kshitindra Anumataha Tanjapurat Prasthaya Vidhachaleshwara Shonachaleshwara Virinchipureshwaradin Devata Sarvabhauman Upasya Nijavasa Bhutam Vellore Puram Ayasishuhu. So after Thathacharya left, later on Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra was also offered some bhavanas. And he also left Thanjavur and he started for Vellore. And before he reached Vellore, he visited kshetrams like Vridhachalam, Thiruvannamalai, and then Thiruvirinchipuram. And he visited the deities in all of these kshetrams before he reached Vellore Puram. And then Naikatirthatana Vaibhavena Atinirmala Swantan Jajvalyamana Brahmavarcha Sangstan Avanivrindaraka Manin Atyadarena Abhyudgamya Nagaramanayan Chinnabummaha Tat Samarhanena Iva Atmanam Hanyamamanyata. So King Chinnapomma Reddy of Vellore, so he received Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra as he returned Vellore. So he attained Chittashu, so he says as a result of the Vaibhavam of the Tirthatanam, Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra's mind became purified and he was effulgent with lots and lots of Brahmavachas, Brahma Tejas as a result of that. And on seeing that, best among Agnihotris, Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra, King Chinnapomma Reddy of Vellore, so he invited Dikshitendra in a very grand way and he considered himself to be highly blessed. So as a result of, by just simply offering respects to Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra. So with this, the second topic in the fifth Tarangam gets over. And the next topic in this Tarangam, so is Swarupam Pradarshya Shishyopadeshaha. So it means Swarupam Pradarshya means after revealing his own Swarupam, Shishyopadeshaha, instruction to the Shishyas. So what did Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra do? So what was his original Swarupam that he revealed? So says KV Subramanya Shastrigal, Bhaskaravat Bhasuraha me Adhvari Pravaraha Pratyaham Yogabhyase Kritadaraha Viviktam Yogamandapam Asadya Siddhasanam Asthaya Dhyanas Timitanayanaha Bhutva Kalanidhi Kalachudahita Matayaha Nirvrittaha Vismita Prapanchavasanaha Kanchana Kalam Yapayantaha Avartanta. So Bhaskaravat Bhasuraha ime Adhvari Pravaraha. This best among Agnihotris was effulgent as Bhagavan Surya himself. And Pratyaham on every day Yoga Abhyase Kritadaraha. So he was not just a Nityagnihotri. He was not just a Shivopa. He was not just a Shivopasak. And he was not just a great devotee of Lord Shiva. He was always engaged in the practice and the Japam of Panchaksharam. He was not just an exalted scholar of all the Shastras. Srimad Dikshitendra was also a great Yogi Purusha. Just like how we know of Sadashiva Brahmendra as a great Yogi Purusha. So we should know that Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra was a Yogi Purusha, just like how he used to perform all the Nitya Karma Anushtanams like Sandhya Vandanam, Aupasanam, Agnihotram, Shiva Puja, Panchakshara Japam. He used to perform Yoganushtanam as well. So asanams, pranayamams, pratyaharam, dharana, dhyanam, samadhi. So every day he used to practice all of these. So this was also even Yoganushtanam was Nitya Karma Anushtanam for Dikshitendra all throughout his lifetime. So that was the great eminence of Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra. So Pratyaham Yoga Abhyase Kritadaraha. So these are the specific words used by KV Subramanya Shastrigal. These words are very, very important. So he used to devote some time in a day to perform Yoga Anushthanam. And which place would Dikshitendra go and perform Yoga Anushthanam? He says, Viviktam Yoga Mandapam Asatya. So Viviktam means a place that is devoid of people. So he used to go to a Yoga Mandapam. So in olden days, the Karungal Mandapam la. So there should be one such Mandapam in the outskirts of Vellore. And he used to select this place, it used to so it was a place where people they used to never go. So even Sadashiva Brahmendra says, so this is the kind of a place a Yogi Purusha should always remain in. Vijana Nadi Kunjagrihe Manjula Pulinaika Manjutara Talpe Shete Kopi Yatindraha Samarasa Sukhabodha Vastunistandraha. So a yogi may be a Grihastha Brahmana or a sannyasi. So to have perfection of Yoganushthanam, a person has to remain in a place that is devoid of crowds. So Vijana Nadi Kunja Grihe, so in a thick forest that is devoid of even a single human being. And then, so in the bowels of rivers, which has no, in a place where no human being ever comes. So it is in such a place, Yoganushthanam has to be practiced. And this Yoga Mandapam, so for many generations, so this is something that people received through Karna Parampara. So from Vellore and Chennai highway, so there used to be a Yoga Mandapam, so a very old Mandapam, where Dikshitendra used to sit and do meditation, yoga meditation. And recently, some 10 to 15 years ago, that Mandapam was demolished for the sake of constructing highway. So in this way, we have lost many heritage sites connected with Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra. So the place where he studied Sanskrit Sahityam, so that is lying in ruins today in near Thiruvannamalai, in the Agraharam known as Mullandram. So that place is lying in ruins today. The place in Chidambaram where Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra lived, the place where he composed Magna Opera in Advaita Vedanta like Veda, Kalpata Ruparimalam, Vyakaranam and others. So today we have lost that place. So that place is a slum today in Chidambaram. So many such places connected to Dikshitendra. So these are places of historical importance to us. So we have lost many such places today. So that Yoga Mandapam in which Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra used to sit and perform, do Yoga Anushtanam every day. So it has been demolished today. And then he was Siddhasanam Asthaya says KV Subramanya Shastrigal. So he used to sit in Siddhasanam. And then Dhyanastimitanayanaha Bhutva. So he used to enter into the state of Dhyanam. And when he meditates, he used to meditate upon the form of Parameshvara. And he says, Kalanidhi Kalachuda Hitamatayaha. So the object of Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra's Dhyanam would be the Murti of Parameshvara, who has an Ardhachandra on his head. And then Nirvrittaha means from Bahirmukhavastha, Dikshitendra used to go into Antarmukhavastha. So Indriyani Vishayadatha Hritya. So we have heard the shloka in Narayaniyam, a very beautiful shloka. So in the fourth Dashakam, where Bhattatri talks about the practice of Ashtanga Yoga. So there, Indriyani Vishayadatha Hritya. So this is what Dikshitendra used to do. So he used to be completely aware of the external world, Vismita Prapanchavasanaha. So he used to be completely unaware of what was going on around him. So just like how the father of Shringi Maharshi, so he used to be. So when Parikshit Maharaja came to the forest, so he was very thirsty. And when he asked this Maharshi for water, the Maharshi was completely unaware that Parikshit Maharaja had come. Because he was in Antarmukhavastha, the Maharshi could not perceive Parikshit Maharaja. And Parikshit Maharaja, so he misunderstood the Maharshi and he mistook him for being an arrogant person. And he put a dead snake around the neck of the Maharshi. So all these stories very well known to us. So that is Antarmukhava. So that Maharshi's father was Vismita Prapanchavasanaha and he was Nirvrita. Just like how so, and that is how Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra was sitting when he was performing Yoganushtana. And in this way, Kanchana Kalam Yapayantaha Avartanta. So in this way, he used to spend a specific time in Dhyanavastha. Jatuchita Samadhi Samayotullam Swarupam Didrikshunam Putrakalatra Mitra Chatranam Krite Kritadaraste Swam Swarupam Pradarshayutumutsukaha Samadhima Tishtan. So one day, all his sons, his wife, his friends, family members, and all his disciples, so they requested Dikshitendra to see the original Swarupam of him immediately, after he comes out of the state of samadhi. So, to bless all his sons, wife, disciples, friends, and family members and relatives. So, Dikshitendra once entered into the state of samadhi and he asked all of them to remain silent and see what what gets revealed to them when he comes from antarmukhavastha to bahirmukhavastha. So saying this, and then says KV Subramanya Shastrigal, Tada Parameshti Vishtarashravasoho Vivadopashamaya Avirbhutasya Jyotirlingasyeva Pradiptasya Mahamandalasya Madhye Bhogendra Bhoge Bhasvaraha Bhavishyattatacharya Vijaya Yashorashivat Atidhavalena Bhasitena Vibhushita Vigrahaha Adivartita Rudrakshamanayah Vichitrakara Yogatishaya Tiraskritata Atrimukha Tapodhananubhavaha Punyashilaika Vikshaniya Apara Divyaswarupa Diprayoga Mahimotkullati Vimalamanishā Darpana Darshaniya Shaddarshani Rahasyaha Chhatravanchita Vitarana Santana Shakhinaha Te Makhi Pravaraha Vibhabhrajiretaram, says KV Subramanya Shastri. So, to pacify two sages, Vishtarashravas and Parameshti, so who had a debate with each other, Parameshwara appeared himself in some bygone era. And Dikshitendra appeared as effulgent as the Murti of Parameshwara. And then Bhavishyattatacharya Vijaya Yasho Rashivadatidavalena Bhasitena Vibhushita Vigrahaha. So he had the Tripundram as ornament on his body. And what is the greatness of this Tripundram that he wore on his forehead, torso, and the arms? So he says, Bhavishyat Tatacharya Vijaya Yasho Rashivadatidavalena. So the Bhasma, so the Tripundram, the Vibhuti which Dikshitendra was wearing on his forehead, on his torso and the arms, it was extremely white, it was extremely effulgent, so it was completely pure in color. And this Vibhuti, so it appeared as if it was demonstrating the victory of Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra, so the future victory of Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra, the victory that he is going to have over Thathacharya in the future. So in this way, he was a Bhasita Tripundradhari, and then Avartita Rudrakshamanayaha, and then he had Rudraksham all over his body. And I know at the end of Dikshitendra Vijayam, KV Subramanya Shastrigal says Dikshitendra was the Rudrakshadhya Vibhuti. So it's a very beautiful shloka which KV Subramanya Shastrigal says at the end of Dikshitendra Vijayam. So that is how Dikshitendra was. And to study and understand and appreciate the greatness of Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra, we should also study the work known as Shivarchana Chandrika written by. And there in Shivarchana Chandrika, he gives a very beautiful description of Bhasmadharana Vidhi. He gives a very beautiful description of Rudraksha Dharana Vidhi. And after studying these, we should also hear from a Guru Mukham. So we should also hear the Upanishads like Jabali Upanishad, Jabalo Upanishad, Bhasma Jabalo Upanishad, Akshamaliko Upanishad. And so in all of these Upanishads, so we have the greatness of Tripundra Dharanam and Rudraksha Dharanam described. So we have Shruti Vakyams to support Rudraksha Dharanam and Tripundra Dharanam. And we also have many Smriti Vakyams in support of it. And then we have from the Itihasa Puranams, we have the words of the Vakyams of Shiva Mahapuranams, Vidyeshwara Samhita. So among the 18 Mahapuranams, so there is Shiva Mahapuranam with 7 Samhitas. The first one is Vidyeshwara Samhita. Second one is Rudra Samhita. Third one is Shatarudra Samhita. The fourth one is Koti Rudra Samhita. The fifth one is Uma Samhita. Sixth one is Kailasa Samhita. And the seventh one is Vayaviya Samhita. So among these 7 Samhitas, Bhasmadharana Vidhi and Tripundadharana Vidhi are explained in 2 chapters, the last 2 chapters of Vidyeshwara Samhita. So if we go through all of these Upanishad Vakyams and the Vakyams of Shiva Mahapuranams, Vidyeshwara Samhita, so we will find that Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra gives the same concept that is taught to us in these Purana Vakyams. So in Shivarchana Chandrika of Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra is exactly the same. So in this way we can say that Dikshitendra was an alayam of Shrutis, Smritis and the Puranas. And he was also a Karunalayam. So a notion of a temple of mercy. So with lots and lots of mercy upon us, to have focus on Shruti Vakyams, Smriti Vakyams and Itihasa Purana Vakyams, and to strengthen our faith on the Shruti Vakyams, the Veda Vakyams, the Smriti Vakyams and Itihasa Purana Vakyams, he has composed wonderful works like Shivarchana Chandrika. Just like how in Durga Chandra Kalastuti or in Aditya Stotra Ratnam, each and every shloka, each and every word Dikshitendra used, so it has a lot of Veda Shruti Vakyams behind it, Upanishad Vakyams behind it, Smriti Vakyams, Itihasa Purana Vakyams behind it. Every single word Dikshitendra has used in Durga Chandra Kalastuti and in Aditya Stotra Ratnam. So those are stotrams which contain the essence of the Shrutis, Smritis and Puranas. The same way, Shivarchana Chandrika is a manual on Shiva Puja. And this Shivarchana Chandrika also contains the essence of the Shruti Vakyams, Smriti Vakyams and Purana Vakyams. And by showing Shruti Vakyams, Smriti Vakyams and Purana Vakyams, Dikshitendra teaches us proper method of Shiva Puja. And அது படிச்சோம்னா அவ்வளோ கஷ்டமா இருக்கும். இன்னைக்கு நிறைய பேர் பெரிய பெரிய வித்வான்கள்கிட்ட போய் கேட்டாக்க கூட சொன்னா இந்த மாதிரி விஷயங்கள்லாம் ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்கு, கேள்வியே பட்டது இல்ல. அவர் போட்டிருக்கிற புராண வாக்கியங்கள்லாம் பார்த்தோம்னா அதை தேடி கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுக்கே அவ்வளவு கஷ்டமா இருக்கும். அது ரெஃபரன்ஸ் எல்லாம் தேடி கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது அவ்வளவு ஈஸியா இருக்காது. ஸோ எல்லாத்தையுமே பார்த்தோம்னா டஃபஸ்ட் தான் தீட்சிதேந்திராளோடது. இவர் வாக்கியார்த்த வித்வத் சபையை பார்த்தோம்னாக்கா, ஸோ வித்வான்ஸ் who give Vakyarthams from the works of Dikshitendra are very, very less in number. So, Granthangal and the Vakyartham Kudu easy Kadayada. So, Yellathima Patona toughest Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra. So, that was that is the greatest of Dikshitendra. So, in this way, so he was engaged in the practice of yoga. So Vichitratar Yogatishaya Tiraskrita Atrimukha Tapodhana Anubhavaha. So he was he resembled like great Maharshis like Atri, who had very great experiences through the practice of yoga. And then Punyashilaika Vikshaniya Paradivya Swarupa Diprayoga Mahimothulla Ativimala Manisha Darpana Darashaniya Shad Darashani Rahasyaha. So that form of Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra is something that could be seen only by those who perform innumerable Sukritis. And that form of Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra was highly effulgent. And then Manisha Darpana Shad Darshani Darshaniya Shad Darshani Rahasyaha. So he was an embodiment of all the 6 Vaidika Darshanas. And then Chhatravanchita Vitarana Santana Shakhinaha. So Dikshitendra, K.V. Subramanya Shastrigal compares Dikshitendra with a tree that has innumerable branches. And with innumerable branches, he offers everything that is being prayed for, everything that is being desired by different groups of devotees. So each disciple has a different taste, each disciple, so when it comes to Vidvat, when it comes to practical realization, so each disciple may be in a different stage. So as per the requirement of each disciple and as per the taste of each disciple, Dikshitendra was able to bless each disciple in the way that was suited to him. And in this way, te Makhipravaraha Vibhabhrajiretaram. So in this way, Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra was shining forth with lots and lots of effulgence. And what did so in connection with this, I would like to quote the words of Vidyeshwara Samhita. So the 17th chapter of Shiva Mahapuranam's Vidyeshwara Samhita. So this chapter deals with Panchakshara Japa Vidhana. And towards the end of the chapter, so Suta Maharshi, so he gives the description of an Uttama Yogi Purusha Lakshana. So who's considered as the greatest Shiva Bhakta? So there are a few shlokas in this chapter of Vidyeshwara Samhita. So Kriya Yukta Dashabhyascha Tapo Yukto Vishishyate Tapo Yukta Shatebhyascha Japa Yukto Vishishyate Japa Yukta Sahasrebhyaha Shiva Jnani Vishishyate Shiva Jnanishu Laksheshu Dhyana Yukto Vishishyate Dhyana Yukteshu Kotibhyaha Samadhistho Vishishyate. So these are the shlokas that are there towards the end of the 17th chapter of Shiva Mahapuranam's Vidyeshwara Samhita. So 6 ranks of Shiva Bhaktas have been described. So the lowest, the Shiva Bhakta who belongs to the lowest rank is Kriya Yukta. And then superior to Kriya Yukta, the higher rank is Tapo Yukta Shiva Bhakta. And then superior to a Tapo Yukta, higher than him in rank, is Japa Yukta Shiva Bhakta. Higher than him in rank is Jnana Yukta Shiva Bhakta. And superior to him is Dhyana Yukta Shiva Bhakta. And the topmost among all Shiva Bhaktas is a Samadhi Yukta Shiva Bhakta. So what is the meaning of it? So what is Kriya? What is Tapas? What is Japam? What is Jnanam? What is Dhyanam? And what is Samadhi? So the word Kriya means, so Niyamena Kriyamanani Nityanaimittikani cha Kamyavarjitani Smartani Shrautani cha Vaidika Karmani. So this is how we can explain the word Kriyaha. So all the Smarta karmas and Shrauta karmas that have been enjoined in the Vedas, all the Vaidika karmas that belong to Smartam group as well as Shrautam group, that are performed strictly in accordance with the Shastra Niyamas. Niyamena Kriyamanani, without violating the rules of the Shastras when they are performed. And which type of Shrauta karmas and Smarta karmas? Shrauta karmas and Smarta karmas that are Nitya karmas as well. So Nitya karmas under Smarta karmas, Nitya karmas under Shrauta karmas. And Kamya Varjitani. So excluding, so Kamya karmas are not included here. So a person, so a Brahmana who is engaged in the performance of Nitya Smarta karmas, Nitya Shrauta karmas, so such a person. So all of the Nitya Smarta karmas and Nitya Shrauta karmas are known as Kriyaha. And then the word Tapaha means, so Kriya Yuktaha means a person who is endowed with Kriya. So such a person is known as Kriya Yuktaha. And then Tapa Yuktaha, the word Tapaha means Swadhyayaha. So study of one's own Veda Shakha, that is known as Swadhyaya, and that is known as Tapas. So Trayaha Dharmaskandhaha Yajnaha Adhyayanam, Danam. So there is a Smriti Vakyam, famous Smriti Vakyam. And so it says there are three pillars of Dharma. And what are those pillars? The pillar one is Yajnam, pillar two is Adhyayanam, and the third pillar is Danam, or giving charity. So to the right, the right person. So in this way, Adhyayanam is known as tapas. So in many places, in the Shastras, Adhyayanam is referred to as tapas. So Dikshitendra had he underwent Niyamadhyayanam of his own Shakha, Kautuma Shakha of Samavedam, along with the 6 Vedangas from his father. And every day, so Vedo Nityamadhiyatam Taduditam Karmasvanushthiyatam, says Sri Adishankara Bhagavatpada in his Upadesha Panchakam. So in this way, Dikshitendra was always engaged in Veda Parayanam also all throughout his lifetime. So it was not just Nityakarma, Nityam Sandhyavandanam, Nityam Aupasanam, Nityagnihotaram, Nitya Shiva Puja, Nitya Panchakshara Japam, Nitya Yoganushthanam. So it was also Nityam Vedathyanam, teaching Vedam to his sons, grandsons and disciples. And every day he was engaged in teaching the Shastras, Purva Mimamsa, Vedantam, Alankaram, Vyakaranam, Nyayam. So that is how Dikshitendra all throughout his life, that is how Dikshitendra was living. And then Japaha. So the word Japa is very, very important here. And once again, when we look at Japa, we'll have to understand Vidyeshwara Samhita's description of Japa Yukta. Once again, we should go to the works of Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra to study and understand the Itihasa Purana Vakyams. So says Dikshitendra under the, so in there is one chapter in Dikshitendra Shivarchana Chandrika which is devoted to Panchakshara Japa Vidhi. The 29th chapter of Dikshitendra Shivarchana Chandrika, so he gives description of Panchakshara Japa Vidhi. And the Padichona Nala Tale Sutivedo, Sadharana Medo, Gurukutta Mantra Padesham Wangi, Edo Suchma, Edo Japamale, Pandra Apricadea. Or Kudukura rules and regulations la the Pathanali, Iprialam Kuda Pandirkala, Iprialam Kuda on the Irka Shastra Gala Pingrada, Acharima Arkunamaka. Japascha Abhyantarya Akaradik Shakaranta Varnamala Rupaya Bahyaya Rudrakshadi Nirmitayava Kartavyaha. So he starts giving a lot of description of the rules that have been given in the Upanishads and then the Itihasa Purana. So it could be it could either be an Abhyantari Japa or it could be a Bahya Japa. So Abhyantara Japa is something that is given through Akshamala. And then this is Bahya, something that is done using Rudrakshamala. So for chanting, so different materials that are used. And then he says, so what is the Abhyantara Prayoga? What is the Bahya Prayoga of Japam? And he says, and before saying all this, he says one has to perform Ashtanga Yogam. So Yamam Niyam Idala Mudchto, one has to perform specific asanams, specific pranayamams, specific dhyanam procedures. Idalam Panditita, he says, one has to perform Panchakshara Japam. So even the entire description of Panchakshara Japam, which he says, avlo easy illa. And the adata andamari Panchakshara Japam ta Japa Yuktaha of Shiva Mahapuranam's Vidyeshwara Samhita. So, and then more apart from Japa Yukta, Jnana Yukta. And Jnanam here is Shiva Jnanam. So the study of Vedantam, study of Itihasa Puranam. So studying about the Guna Mahima Vibhuti Vaibhavam of Bhagavan in his Sagunam aspect, studying Vedanta Shastram. So Shabdajanyam Brahmajnanam. So there are two kinds of Brahmajnanam. So one is Shastrajanyam Shabdam Brahmajnanam. The other one is Anubhavajanyam Brahmajnanam. So theoretical Brahmajnanam that is obtained through the theoretical study of all the Shastrams. So that is very, very important. Only when that is acquired and mastered, a sadhaka can acquire Anubhavajanyam Brahmajnanam. Brahmajnanam obtained through practical realization. So without the former, the latter can never be achieved. So Jnana Yukta Shiva Bhakta is a Shiva Bhakta who has theoretical knowledge of the Brahman. And then Dhyana Yuktaha, Samadhi Yuktaha. So through the process of Dhyanam and Samadhi, so both Savikalpa Samadhi and Nirvikalpa Samadhi, so Shiva Bhakta begins to realize the Supreme Brahman. So he has the experience of Saguna Brahman as well as the Nirguna Brahman. So Kriya Yukta Dashabhyascha Tapo Yukto Vishishyate. Tapo Yukta Shiva Bhakta is equal to 10 Kriya Yukta Shiva Bhaktas. Tapo Yukta Shatebhyascha Japa Yukto Vishishyate. A Japa Yukta Shiva Bhakta, one Japa Yukta Shiva Bhakta is equal to 100 Tapo Yukta Shiva Bhaktas. And then Japa Yukta Sahasrebhyaha Shiva Jnani Vishishyate. And one Jnana Yukta Shiva Bhakta is equal to 1,000 Japa Yukta Shiva Bhaktas. And then Shiva Jnanishu Laksheshu Dhyana Yukto Vishishyate. So only among 1 lakh Jnana Yukta Shiva Bhaktas we can find one Shiva Bhakta who is a Dhyana Yukta. And Dhyana Yukteshu Kotibhyaha Samadhistho Vishishyate. And only among 1 in 1 crore Dhyana Yukta Shiva Bhaktas we can find one Samadhi Yukta Shiva Bhakta. So that was the great eminence of Srimad Appayya Dikshitendra. He was a Samadhi Yukta Shiva Bhakta. So the lowest step is Kriya Yukta Shiva Bhakta. Right from his Upanayanam until his Saidhu Prapti, he was engaged in the performance of all Vaidika karmas. He was an Avichinna, he was a Nityagnihotri, Avichinnagnihotri. He performed all the various karmas like Vajapayam, Garudachayanam, Agnishtoma, Madhyagnishtoma, Jyotishtoma. Apart from that, all the Pitru karmas which Brahmana has to perform. And apart from that, Tapas, he had Veda Dhyanam, Niyama Dhyanam of Veda. And then Japam, he performed Panchakshara Japam in the strictest manner possible. He was a Jnana Yukta Shiva Bhakta. He was a great scholar in Vedanta Shastram. And then he was a Dhyana Yukta and Samadhi Yukta. And the Dhyana Yukta and Samadhi Yukta, so we can only know about these two facets of Dikshitendra from K.V. Subramanya Shastrikal's description. And so this is, with this, I think time is over. So with this, I finished today's class of Dikshitendra Vijayam. Hara Namah Parvati Pataye Hara Hara Mahadeva.